I think the fact that you and I are talking face to face is an indication that we're sort of back to normal, but we aren't really. Unemployment, it's a really, really big issue now, and the numbers are on the uptrend, right?
Definitely. So, according to reports in the media and also to in the Department of Statistics, in April itself, the unemployment rate spiked to about 5%.
Yeah.
And it's apparently the highest since 1990. And the Department of Statistics also reported that the number of unemployment persons went up by 48.8% year on year, which is equivalent to about 778,000
Yeah, that's a lot.
in April.
Yeah, because I'm sure that in your circle of friends, you have like people who were affected also during the MCO, right? So, in your story this week, you wrote about what we have to do, let's say when we lose our jobs or have to take a pay cut. So let's say me, personally, if I were to go through this, what do I have to do?
Okay, so the first thing that the financial planner said that people have to do is budgeting, because if you don't know what you're spending, then you don't know what to save on.
Okay.
So, just to manage your cash flow. And then from there, they said that ideally a person should have 3 months worth of spending saved as an emergency fund.
Right.
Not necessarily the salary, but their spending specifically. And if they don't have that, then it's never too late to start. And it's best to put even whatever, just even a little bit aside to start off the emergency fund. And they also suggested looking at available cash, liquid assets, anything that's been stashed in fixed deposits, and to see whether it can be disposed of either at a profit or at minimal losses.
Right.
Yeah, and for those who are like in absolute dire need, they can look at the EPF's
iLestari.
Yeah, so that one they will deduct from your account and will give you monthly payments for like a year, up to a year. And in fact, these financial planners actually, they advise not to delay on credit card and insurance payments as well.
Otherwise, the interest will go up,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
And also, like for insurance, they said that it's something that's essential and something that's needed, and it could potentially interrupt the policy that you have been taking. Yeah. And they also said try to avoid taking up personal loans, because it could be an added debt instead of relief in the long run.
Right.
Yeah.
So savings and budgeting aside, right, towards the end of your story, you wrote about investing. But to be honest, it's a hard habit to get into, even in the good times. But looking at current circumstances like now, right, is it the right time to invest?
The financial planner said that it really depends on the amount of cash that you have. So if somebody is going through financial anxiety and financial difficulty, then perhaps it's best to just put your savings and investment allocation on a hold for temporarily until things recover. But if you have cash to spare after doing the budgeting and everything, then you can leverage on the current market volatility to make sure that you have something later on. So you can leverage on the volatility and also the share market weaknesses and top up investments and savings. And the financial planners also, they suggest focusing on more short-term investment strategies so that it's more liquid and you have access to it when the time comes, because you don't know what's going to happen in the next few months as well. And an example that was given was to look into unit trusts.
Okay.
Yeah, but if let's just say a person actually has money that they can invest, and you are able to kind of put the money aside for 3 to 5 years, then you can look into equities, specifically the Malaysian and US equities, because these economies are, although they've not like reached their peak, but they are slowly recovering.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Age Weekly at all good newsstands.